But glad that you're all here. I'll start off and I'll explain the format of this town hall, and Vic and Fred can feel free to correct me. So the first one is the introduction. Just introduce ourselves in the league. A lot of new teams this season. And then we're gonna go down right to like a message from the director. Shut the fuck up, Fred. Message from the director, league operations, and then Fred will take it away as the league commissioner. He'll explain to you. I'll share my screen so you guys can kind of see like a key visual. We'll unveil to you guys how we're playing the format this season. It's a little different. There are 2 divisions, so I'll give you guys that, and you guys will see which divisions are which team today. Other than that, it's really like straightforward. We'll open after we plan to be here for like an hour. We're gonna record the meeting regardless. And we'll give you guys all the information. If you guys have ideas or questions, try to save it till the end of that topic, or when like Vic, myself, or Fred goes, any questions. Try not to interrupt. That way it can just go like a little smoother and save time. I talk a lot, so that's why I'm not planning to talk. I'm going to let Vic and Fred do it. And then Falcons might have an opening statement after. So, anyway, welcome everybody to the K7 League. I am Heroism, the co-founder of the K7 League, along with Falcons and Victory, the other 2 co-founders of the league. I keep forgetting Vic co-founded it. But we pretty much founded this back in January of this year. So far, season 1 till now, it's been pretty dope. It's been a good growth, in terms of how the league is going and where the league is heading towards. We're really excited to start on a new game, for the first time ever. Continue our season 3. It's going to be season 1 on the new game, but we call it season 3. A lot of people get it confused. We continue our season, pretty much on whatever game comes out. So that's just a little introduction to K7. We're not here to compete against other leagues. We actually support you guys playing in other leagues. I will tell you this, something that Fred or Vic may not cover is, if you plan to play in this league, plan to have subs, do have pre-scheduled matches. That's what the format's looking like right now. There's no excuse. So if you can't make it or you're a player down, either you're going to play the 3v4 or you're going to forfeit the map. Yeah, you forfeit the map until it's a 3-0, essentially. So you can have a teammate come in tardy. That's what happened last year for some matches. But plan to be here. If you do want to play, there is a buy-in, so that's your money being invested for the prize pool, which we'll talk about here later on. But, there's no excuses, man. If you guys have other teams, that's great. There's orgs that have multiple teams, like a silver and a black and a red or a gold, whatever you guys want to call it. But if you sign up for a team to play in this league, please play in the league. Don't forfeit matches. That's just going to make your org look like shit, no offense. And it's just going to waste my time. I don't want time wasted. My overall objective is to showcase your org so you guys can grow within the AM scene. But if you guys sign shitty people up to play, no offense. Last season we had like 4 teams that like went down the drain because people don't know how to stay on the team. If you're losing, man. It's part of the game. You guys got to learn. I know I'm being a little rough, but that's just the reality. Your teamwork needs to improve if you lose constant matches. But play the game, man. Play the league. It's fun, So for some teams, it's all about winning. Other teams, not really. More for a showcase. It's more for, getting out there, getting your name out there, getting clips. I had a lot of players like Zila always ask me like, yo, can I get this clip? So I can share. I was like, of course, guys, anything that the league produces that is your player or yourself or whatever, one of the players in your org, please take the clips and use it for your reels, for your highlights, whatever. We can try our best to pull it out of the video as well if you need it as well. But there's a lot of recording software and stuff out there that you guys can get as well to trim the video and stuff. But anyway, that's just the introduction on the league, man. I'm really here. I'm not here to make any money. So the buy-ins that you guys will purchase for this upcoming season, goes nothing towards the league. Everything that's expense for the league comes out of my pockets or some of the other co-founders, or donations or through Patreon. So this league makes no money. Okay, so I was gonna put that out there so you guys don't like get pissed down the road and go, "Oh fuck, K7 stealing from players, bro." Like we make $0, bro. I will publish all of the bank statements so you guys can believe me. I spent over $3,500 from season 1 to season 2 just in casting, all the equipment and stuff that we have. We bought some of our casters like capture cards so that they can stream and stuff. So like that's what we're here for. We're here to really offer you guys playing field of competitive. So one thing I ask, man, you're in the server, just respect the staff, respect each other. There's gonna be friendly Batner, there's gonna be random Batner. It's competitive esports. I don't expect people to be 100% like a fucking flower. But what I'm saying is, respect the staff, man. First things first, if you ever disrespect the staff, I'm kicking you out of the server. Once you're kicked out, you're not eligible to play in the league. So if it's a player that got kicked out, that player is no longer eligible to play in this league. So you got to appeal through our public relations team, which, yes, we have a public relations. They're responsible for just overlooking the entire development of the league. We take it serious, guys. So, like, whether we make money or not, we're gonna be here to provide a solid environment. We have 12 to 22 other teams that DM'd us on Twitter that couldn't get the slot that you guys have. So be fortunate. If you guys don't believe me, I will screenshot each and every DM that I got from every team asking about buying it, taking a slot. For the respect of you guys, I said no. It doesn't work like that. Either they came from our qualifiers or they came from people first come, first serve. They DM'd us, like Hustle Esports, God Gaming. You guys like went straight in right after the season ended. You guys straight in went and DM'd us about information. So kudos to you guys. But I'm not afraid to remove a team from the league, regardless of what it is. I don't put up with bullshit. So just play the system, respect the system. That's what it's established for. If you guys don't do it, sorry, you're gonna get removed from the server and removed from the league. So that's all I ask. I'm 100% nice to people. I can be an asshole, but I just want you guys to enjoy it. That's really all I ask. So please, 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 try to be cool about it. I know that in the frustration, in the heat of the moment, people will get caught up with stuff. So without further ado, Falcons, you got anything to add, bro, before I hand it to Vic, Fred?
Not right now.
Oh, thanks, Falcons. That was a lot of input. All right, Vic, take it away, feller.
Cool. I got a couple of things to say, and then the floor will be over to Fred to explain your game format for the next 3 seasons, because it'll be the same for this title. Coming up first, people are looking forward to there being a prize for this league, and there is indeed going to be a prize for first place in Season 3. Season 3 prize is going to be $1,500. So winning team of the season after they play regular season and playoffs will be awarded $1,500 contributions from myself, Ryoshi, and a few other people to make up for that. Beyond that, I really wanted to say that as of today, start date for this season is going to be January 11th, barring any changes to how CDL is formatted in the past or how Cold War is going to handle the competitive scene for pro players. But we're looking to start around January 11th, being as that's likely going to be very within a week or two of the start of the CDL and pro play in general. But yeah, I don't want to add too much. I want Fred to take the floor and explain the format you guys will be playing in, and we'll start going over some intricate details afterwards as well.
Wait, before you go. Fred, my DM real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. So first and foremost, a couple things that we're talking about. We're talking about the format. It did go a lot of back and forth between us and the executive staff, but we are going to permit PC players to play. As it stands now, the game does permit you to lock peripherals in game. So this is going to be our thing. We are going to allow PC players, but everyone's going to be playing on controller. If there's any speculation of people playing on keyboard and mouse and doing some shady shit, we will have a contingency plan in place where we will be requesting hand cams from those said players. If you refuse to do hand cam, you're just going to be assumed guilty unless you can prove with a hand cam that you're innocent. And there will be a tiered disciplinary action in place to combat those people that are using keys. We want to be able to open up this year. The game is catering itself to the PC play, so we don't want to hinder potential coming in players from not being able to play because they decided to go with the PC versus getting an next-gen console. Step one. Step two, after last year, there was a lot of back and forth and complaints with the whole being forfeited in matches and league matches due to GAs. And so to hopefully relinquish that as an issue, we are going to not penalize teams for using GAs. We strongly suggest everyone use them. Our league is going to be on the premise that we're using GAs. We're going to be relying on you guys to follow those GAs and express to your team the importance of them. Anyone that's using GAs, we expect you guys to roast them, put them on blast, help us put them in their place. And if your team is a continuous issue of breaking GAs, just playing like that type of game where you guys just want to be toxic and hinder the viewing experience and the playing experience, then you just will be replaced next season. I don't care where you are in the standings. If your team is consistently breaking GAs, consistently making that a toxic environment, we don't want you here as an worker. We don't want you here as players. So we'll just replace you with one of those waiting list teams. Any questions on those two topics before I go into the format for this year?
Yo, I'm just going to share the screen while you, so guys, if you want to watch the screen while he's explaining, you guys can get a view as well of,
right.
Like,
Right, yeah, so with the format this year, wait till my thing loads. We have set up with, like Vic was saying earlier, we have the two divisions. I think it was Vic. So these teams were randomly selected in these divisions. How they were selected is they were put into different pods. So you see the different colors. The gold teams were pod A, silver was pod B, bronze was pod C, and then the green was pod D. Legacy teams that were already here last year, had priority in the top seeded pods, and they were just randomly selected in that to do the two divisions. So those are the two division breakups. You have Alpha is KT, Rated, Mono, Finale, Natural Talents Academy, Last Resistance, Hustle Sports, and Heartbreakers. It's updated on my list. I think it's, and then Bravo is Natural Talent, Source Society, Birds Nation, Indiana Syndicate, Hype Esports, Valiant Gaming, Living Nightmare, and God Gaming. Through the season, you will have 7 divisional games, which is just that you play everyone in your division once, and you'll have 2 non-divisional games. So just 2 random selected games against the division. Give a little cross breeding of the division, see where the talents set up between the 2 divisions. There is one FA week. It's week 6 on the list. This is a week for you to make any roster changes you want without any penalties, without having to purchase any like FA or RFA buyouts or anything like that. This is where that's going to happen. Then it's going to keep going on. And you'll see as you scroll down through there, there's the week is going to encompass 10 weeks. Week 10 is one of those cross-divisional plays. Week 11 is another FA week where you can make roster changes heading into playoffs. That goes on your discretion. If you don't feel comfortable making roster moves, you don't have to. But that week we will have an all-star showcase week instead of league matches, where the top 8 players from the league will get set into like a 8s lobby and just get paid for broadcast just for the content aspect to showcase those top 8 players in the league. How playoffs are going to work is your top 6 seeds, top 3 from each division will automatically get their bids into the playoffs. Seeds 4 and 5 from each division will have to play in as a wild card to play into the league. So the 6th place team is just your cool setting, but the bottom 4 teams will get relegated to K7, the qualifiers. This is going to help cycle in new teams off that waiting list. It's going to help also cycle in new talent. Make sure the league stays as competitive as possible and gets as fresh faces as it needs to be to make sure it stays relevant to the rest of the team. And then as I think is on, the playoffs will just be a standard single elimination. And then we will be playing for a 3rd place game. But yeah, so that's the format we have laid out as of now. As far as the qualifiers go, there is going to be, we still have some talks about that, but we'll update you guys as we need seeing fit with that. But for now, this is the format we have set up for you guys for this season's league. And like I said, at the end of the season, the bottom 4 teams will get relegated and replaced with qualifier teams. And then this will rinse rather than repeat through seasons 4 and season 5. So, any questions? Any comments?
Yeah, I have a question real quick. Is this going to be shared with us?
Yes, I will post it in this link to be viewed in the Discord in the manager chat. Now, just give me a second.
I was like, is this a breakdown of how the entire season's going to go, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Nice. I like this.
That's why we're talking about your scheduled matches are scheduled. Right now, the time slots are 7:30 and 9:30. That is subject to change depending on how broadcast goes, how team availability goes. But this is what we're having projected for now. And every one of the matches to the season has been already placed. We tried our best to make sure that teams weren't like pigeonholed into one time slot one day. So everyone should have a different day, different time slot throughout the season.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is this going to interfere with challengers at all? I mean, I guess we really don't know yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be based off of last year still.
Yeah, well, that's why we try to choose a later time slot for the games. Hopefully, in the event you guys make it hopefully it does not conflict with challengers. But in the event you guys do make a deep run into the challengers brackets, that's why we have the 8-person roster lock that allows you to have a spare team to be able to fill in as need be through the season.
All right.
I do have one question.
Hey, what's up?
Let's say our team makes that top 12 where we're not getting relegated. Do we have to pay another buy-in for the next season?
Yes, each season will have its own buy-in. That's just to carry on, make sure the prize will stay adequate and even throughout the year. But you will not have to worry about the stress of playing through relegation. You won't have to worry about, you'll have your spot will be set unless you opt out, of course. But that spot will be set and locked in for you to have to all you have to do is pay the buy-in amount.
All right, sounds good.
I've got a question as well.
What's up?
So, say we're scheduled to play on whatever day at 7:30, but our team can't make it. If we talk with the other teams and they agree, would we be able to swap around the times? We play on the 9:30 if we couldn't play on the 7:30 if everyone else is capable of moving around.
That is more complicated than at face value because there is the fact of our broadcast team and the all of that things that go involved with what's going on. That would be a case by case conversation.
Well, the broadcast and everything would be the same time. It would just be the teams playing.
But with that is if we allow one schedule shift to happen, it opens up a can of worms where then everyone wants to switch their schedules around and stuff. We were going to try to be as strict to this schedule as possible. But that's said, we still have a couple months before the season starts, so the times may differ, may vary by the time we get to that point. But we are going to try to maintain as strict to the schedule as possible. Once again, that's why we've opened the roster. Lost eight men. They have 2 full teams that we will play. In the event something happens where you can't have your main 4 there possible, and then they also have the option to pickups and RFAs, and you can do emergency pickups and all things. This will be here this year. So,
all right, sounds good.
When does preseason start?
Preseason,
matches start in December. Those are only going to showcase the newer teams, so that way people can kind of see them. Unfortunately, I can't get like regular teams to play because it'll be 4 weeks because it's going to be 4 different matches. We might have a throwback match on the very last weekend of December. Cynical knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, so we're going to showcase and do hype battles for December as a preseason match, like that we will stream and cast. And that's just to kind of welcome the new teams. It's nothing against the current teams right now. We all know how you play. But it's more just to kind of get the newer teams out there. Maybe they'll play the older teams. Maybe they'll just play new teams. We're not sure yet. But, you know, we have a couple days to still post something to get you guys ahead of time. One of the things, like somebody asked a question about the match times. We might look into the times again. It's just very hard because our broadcasters and our casters as well are only available at specific times. So like we can't keep changing times or it's going to screw everything up. So like I said at the beginning, you know, if you plan to play, you better have subs because there's no excuses as to why you can't play. You know, maybe a challengers team is not an ideal team to have in this league because if your focus is challengers, which will make more money, then that should be your focus. I'm not playing you down from playing in challengers, whoever asked the question. It's just more for the league. You know, the league makes its, you know, what do you call it, reputation off its content. So like if you come in and you say, oh, my players are not here, they're playing challengers, that's going to screw up our content day. So like we're thinking about ourselves in this perspective, you know. So I just hope you understand. You know, we might not change times for you. It's just you either go with the flow or you don't. One of the things too is we post the matches a week before so you guys know when you're playing, just so you can get a reminder. So if you scroll up above the K7 chat area, there's something called upcoming matches, hashtag upcoming matches. That's where we'll post all of your matches and stuff. So that way you guys can get an idea of when you're playing. So like as of right now, it's either a 7:30 game Eastern or a 9:30. I mean, that can change to 8 and then it can go to 9:30. The games are a little bit more faster pace in this game. Especially I think control is the mode, right? They took away domination.
Yeah, because Dom was a piece of shit.
Yeah. So, what's it called? You know, so it's a more faster paced game. So I don't think it's gonna last more than an hour and 30 minutes, like a good match. So you know, I mean, I might be wrong, but who knows? So that's just to answer your question on that. Going back to the qualifiers, somebody asked about the qualifiers. Yes, we will still be holding qualifiers. It'll be every second weekend. So the league starts on the 11th, right? Vic said the 11th. So the following weekend, the qualifiers will also start. That also has a prize pool as well for the teams that are playing in the qualifiers. They do have their own buy-ins. There's a buy-in page that they'll go to and register their team every qualifier because each event is separate. So you guys got to make sure that if you're playing in the qualifiers, like the teams that are here that are playing in the qualifiers, make sure you register every qualifier because that way we'll keep track of your points and stuff for regulation at the end of the season. As of right now, we're going to be doing a double elim. I think that's what we talked about, Fred. It's not really. Say it again.
For the qualifiers, yeah.
Yeah, for the qualifiers. It's a double elim. It's just a little faster. You know, there will be a losers round. There will be a winners round. So kind of like what the CDL did last year. But you know, best out of 5, then best out of 3. You know, just to kind of keep it fast paced, so it's not like a event that lasts forever. Plus, it's like a qualifier, so you know people need to make points to qualify for the league. So the league format and schedule won't really work on a qualifiers. It will, but it won't make any sense. So other than that, there will be specific things that they have to do. Like, we don't host the games for you in qualifiers or anything like that. We will. It's like the teams that are playing in the qualifiers. It's your job to ensure that you guys post your match summaries in the chat that will dictate for that. So that way you get credited for the match. As of right now, there are 2 changes to the league as well. Right now, there will be no refs in game anymore. It's up to the team and sportsmanship. If the team spots something that is out of hand, there is a report button on the website. So if you go to the website and you just hit dispute ticket, it's going to take you to the form. And then you just submit the dispute ticket and you escalate it to, I got to change domination. It is not domination anymore. You just, escalate it to the officiating office or the head ref office. Don't do it. I'm going to ignore this if you guys choose the executive staff. You guys got to go through the proper channels first before it gets taken to us. Like, if it needs mine or Vic's attention, we'll look at it. But anything like dispute-wise, we'll go through Fred. He has the final say in everything that goes on the league. So, it's important that you guys, play with the right sportsmanship and everything. There will be no refs observing the match. The refs' function now is just to resolve dispute tickets. So the team, just like you do in game battles and stuff, you submit a dispute if, and your proof if something goes wrong. The handbook is getting republished. So once the handbook is fully published, we will share it with you. So that way you guys can, review it as well. Everything we pretty much talked about here will be published in the handbook. There's a lot of changes that we need to make because of the format, and also, we're not using refs in the lobby anymore. And we're probably not going to use Get Good. It's going to be up to the teams to host their own matches through the map vetoes. So we'll probably use the challenger system map vetoes, I think, Fred. Is that correct?
Yeah. And for those that don't know how that format goes, is your higher seed team gets selection of if they want to be Team A or Team B. And from there, if Team A gets first pick of which map they want to host, then Team B gets to choose which map they want to host. Team A gets the third choice of which map, and then Team B hosts the remaining 2 maps. So that doesn't matter if Team A says I want to host Search and Destroy, Team B says I want to host the Control, and then Team A is like I want to host the first hard point, and then that's the way. So it doesn't matter. There's not 1, 3, 5. It's all depending on what team selection is. But then the ban's veto is so the same as normal. So Team A would ban first, and Team B will go back and forth along those lines. And then whoever does not have hosts gets to choose what side they want. And that would be the format for challengers that we use for like host selection and stuff. So.
Awesome. Any questions or anything? Well, we kind of went over like a few topics. Anybody got any questions?
Will the groups that we are in be posted in the Discord?
Yes.
Awesome. And where can I find that?
We'll have a graphic as well for you guys.
Yeah, I posted the link in the K7 management chat. All you guys should have access to that, I believe.
Only coaches and higher. If they're players, they won't have access to it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize players were available. Yeah, so that link is I guess for the management thing. So yeah, once we get the graphic, we'll make sure it gets posted in like the community chat.
Are these the groups that we're gonna be in for the whole season?
Yes.
Yep.
You're okay. So if you guys are looking, have access to it. The people that are looking at the drive with the schedule, your division number will not change. You guys will stay in that same order through the whole season. That's just a index, the key index for you to look at the schedule and be able to know when your games are. The seeding, but that's right below the division, will change throughout the season depending on wins, losses, map percentage, all that stuff. So the top will not change that year. So KT is Alpha 1 through the whole season.
Okay.
And then, of course, at the end of the season, when the 4 get relegated, the top 4 teams will go into Pot A, respectively. So seeds 1 and 2 of both divisions will go into Pot A, and this draw process will happen again for season 4.
What was I
Got
gonna say? So the gold, silver, and like bronze and green, that means nothing. That's just kind of showing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just a visual indicator of what pod your team was
okay. All right.
posted in before the selection happened.
So will you play teams in the other group or no?
There is 2 cross-divisional matches. Weeks 5 and weeks 10 are cross-divisional games. So just the 2 weeks. So you mainly play in your division. Just 2 showcase matches for you guys for cross-divisional play for playoffs. So.
Yeah, pretty fun stuff.
Hero?
Yeah.
So I have a question. Speaking of roles, so I'm going to be managing the rated K7 team again, just like last year. But I'm also going to be the main sub again, like I was last year. So am I going to have to switch back and forth between player and manager roles again, or can I just have both?
No. So it's something I tell all orgs. And I'll just say you can't have more than one function in the org unless you're the org owner. So if you're a player, you're playing. If you're managing, you're managing. If you manage the org outside of the league, then manage the org outside of the league. Just to the league, you're a player or either a manager. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'll just tell Grizz to make the changes then, because usually I have to do it and then I have to switch back to be a player and back and forth. I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, that's fine. I just like strict on that because like I don't want people taking advantage of the system. Like, oh well, they have 3 players. Oh, let's just put our manager in. It makes no sense.
I get it.
But that's what I tell teams, man. Like I know, like low key Falcons used to be a player, but he actually coached the team, so he never played unless he was needed. So that's just what I tell teams. Don't tell us that you're the manager or the coach. I mean, we don't care what you do outside the league. That's up to your org's discretion. But if you're playing, you're playing. Managers and coaches do not play. I will say it again. Managers and coaches do not play. Org owners can play because they own the org. But managers and coaches do not play.
Yeah, one thing, like I was speaking from personal experience, KT first got it stepped in. I was a player under the org. And one of our content guys, one of our chief of content, we just had is a placeholder for the team manager position. And I was pretty much just relaying all the information I needed for him to say through him. It was a placeholder. So I was managing the roster as well as being like the player. So that might be a route you guys can take advantage of in the event of the Q skills where you're also
So
just have someone there as a placeholder, as a team manager.
I figured I'd ask. I talked to Grizz about it last year, and same with this year. We just want to double check.
Yeah.
Just gonna stop sharing my screen real quick. All right, cool. Any other?
Yeah, here's one. Which team is going to be the first team to get kicked from season 3?
Yours.
We have We're getting the qualifiers.
I know you can still get kicked.
Yeah, we won't do.
Seeing
You wouldn't kick Fuego out of the league again, would you?
I think hyped esports. What I'm joking. I'm joking.
You already talked shit about my fucking artistic skills. Leave me alone.
all joking aside, though, our big focus to CW is consistency. We had a lot of problems last year of a revolving door of teams and this weird like middle of the pack team slots. We want the 16 teams that are going into this through the same 16 we had with. It's just nothing but like positive things for the league and the brand to have consistent teams playing week in and week out. If you do have instances where you have all 80 of your guys leave and dip and just leave you stranded in a shitty position, come talk to us as executive people. There's enough FAs in the server where we can figure something out. We don't want you guys to leave and have a new team halfway through the season. So it does nothing but cause inconsistencies, which no one wants. So
don't pull malicious esports.
I think the way, if you don't change how the league is ran, it's going to be the same thing as last year, where teams are just going to cycle in and out. People are going to leave.
Well, I think the big thing now is having cash buy-in is going to be now everyone's putting a financial commitment into the league, so it's a lot harder for people to feel to back out and leave once they have a financial commitment to it. So,
where can we find that spreadsheet?
It's in the management chat. So if you don't,
we'll post it just post it in announcements.
Okay.
Just for new teams in the league, if you ever end up having team troubles, look throughout the free agents in the league, because sometimes a lot of good players can end up being free agents.
There's the free agent pool. Yeah, the free agent pool here in K7 is vast. They did a great job last year of bringing in talent that's just out there online. There's a lot of people that are just FAs, just sitting in just sitting there. I was taught here on the idea of having an FA tournament type of thing to showcase those talents. But that's still something we're just talking about. If anything will happen during this preseason period. So keep a lookout for that, you guys as managers and GMs and captain stuff. If we do end up having this free agent tournament, there'll be a way to scout and pick up potential subs and potential bench players that might have not have an opportunity to play. So.
Yeah, I was vouching for people, but that's fine. Now they're players, I guess.
Yeah, we're the program.
All right, cool. So we're past that. Any other thing you wanted to add, Fred?
Here, I appreciate the gas.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We're gonna win it this year. Watch this.
What's up?
We're gonna win it this year. Watch this.
Oh man, I don't know, bro. There's 2 NTs now. Shit.
I know, man. We're looking pretty spicy in that boot camp. We're looking pretty spicy.
Let's go. I heard good things about that boot camp. Freaking LR and rated, bro. Hosting it up.
It's comp.
What's it called? What was I gonna say? All right. Vic, you got anything to add, dude?
No. Yeah.
Yo, forehead.
All right. That link was posted in the announcement chats where we was asking other players and can't see it.
Nick's not here, I guess.
Vic's dead. Or he's probably jerking off. Anyway. All right, guys. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that we still need to finalize. I know it's taking forever, but we just want to make sure we offer you guys the best experience. If not, there's a lot of new changes to the league and stuff. A lot of new things that need to be added to the handbook. So we appreciate the patience. There's still a lot of more teams that we need to announce on the Twitter. I hope you guys liked the little banner we gave some of you guys. We just want to welcome you guys into the league, man. Obviously, I'm so pumped, dude. I'm so ready to get it started. A lot of people have asked, and I'm going to answer this, in the town hall, because it was actually a good question. Hero, why aren't you guys starting in December or next week? So here's the thing: the game's a little bugged. There's a lot of things that they need to change. And then they just obviously released the new CDL format. But I guarantee you there'll be an update, especially after season 1 releases in December. To get it started. I think the CDL is starting around the same time, so I wouldn't want to start before the CDL. Just so I can kind of not be the league that F's up, So we just want to make sure the game's going through well, progress. People added season 1 and all that stuff, and everything appropriately was added to the game, and then we can have a really solid season. So that's the reason why it's taken a little long to start. I mean, we'll do like some hype battles for the preseason, so that way, we can showcase some teams. We'll ask you in the DMs. We'll create a DM for a hype battle. So if you do get added to a group, that's because we selected you to play in the hype battle. We will cast it and everything. So we're mad excited, man. It's really awesome to see you guys play. I mean, that's the enjoyment I get out of it, man. It's not even about the money. It's more about like to see you guys perform and you guys excel. Like that's what it's all about. For me, at the end of the day, I can't speak on Fred and Vic, but we're not really here to make money. I mean, if we were, tell you, it'd be a total different system. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the general stuff. I'll open the floor to like questions, comments, concerns, or even ideas. Obviously, if you do submit an idea or tell an idea here, don't expect it to be implemented. It goes through like our executive staff. So like everything we do in the league, so you guys can get a broad understanding. To be transparent with all of you, we have two forms of staff. So we have our league staff, which is like they're all volunteered members, so they're members that are either part of teams or organizations or not part of anything, and either they're casters, refs, streamers, PR, management, development, internal audit. Those are members that took an extra role in the server just to help the league grow. It's fabulous to see it because a lot of org owners actually participate in our staff, so it kind of makes it a little committee, so that way we can shape the league to better develop based on what the orgs want. So that's like a cool thing that I've realized since season 1. It's a lot of hard work, but above the staff we have an executive staff who are like department managers and stuff. So essentially it's a body of members that make all of the executive decisions for the league based on feedbacks, concerns, and stuff like that. So, if you do submit an idea here, we'll take it through our conversation in our next meeting, which will come up soon. And then we'll tell you whether it's implemented or not. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a background about what we do. We don't just sit here and like, oh yeah, we got moderation powers and we have administration power. It's kind of fun to mute Nick all the time, but it's we try not to be assholes about it, but just so you guys understand, there's a lot that goes behind the league, man. There's a lot of manpower that powers the league. So yeah, so any questions, comments, concerns, I'll just open up the floor to you guys.
Yeah, I've got one question.
Is that Maddie?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
So, obviously, I know you meant like the bottom 4 teams. If you're in it, like your spot's basically up for grabs. How often would that happen? I think I missed that part.
So that's gonna happen on season. So you'll have your spot all season 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were like you could lose it mid-season.
Oh God, no. That's,
okay, that's what I wanted to clarify.
No. You will have your spot all season.
All right.
Your season investment will be season based.
Okay.
So at the end of the season, the bottom 4 teams will be knocked relegation or the qualifiers. Right now, it's still up to how many teams will be included in that relegation process. But right now, so theoretically, you'd have the top 12 qualifier teams will go in with the bottom 4 league teams, which make a 16-team bracket, and you would play a double elimination bracket. So then the top 4 teams from that relegation tournament would fill in those bottom 4 slots for season 4.
Okay, so you still have a chance to get right back in.
Yes.
Okay. All right, thanks.
So if those bottom 4 teams are better than all the 12 relegated teams, you will earn your spot back in the league.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hero.
Yeah, what's up?
How much is the qualifiers prize pool?
Depends on how many teams register. The buy-in is $15. So if you have, you got me with good math there. If you have 20 teams register, it's $300.
Sounds good, thank you.
I mean, there right now, dude. I'll be honest with you. There's like 12 to 22 teams that want to play in the qualifiers, so it'll fluctuate based on
The qualifiers prize pool will be variance. So a lot of that is going to return right back to you guys that are playing the qualifiers. It's a little incentive for you guys to actually play out your qualifiers. But so you not only get the cash prize for those, but you also get the K7 points that the top 12 teams or top 10 teams or whatever we decide to do will be able to qualify for that relegation tournament to get those bottom 4 slots for season 4.
I have a question as well.
Yeah, what's up?
So the normal league is a $30 buy-in, right?
Yes.
And then, okay. I'm assuming there's gonna be like a K7 Cup or is that what the champs weekend is? Week 13.
So no, week 13 is going to be it's just like your semifinals and finals matches of playoffs.
Okay.
It's just a way for us to spread out the event over 2 weekends and make sure that we get a lot of focus and hype for the finals and the third place and finals match.
When because didn't someone say that there's a $1,500 is going to the winning team of the league or that season?
So the week 13 champs, whoever wins that finals is getting the lion's share of that prize pool.
Okay, so it's a $1,500 prize pool.
I don't want to speak on behalf of that. I think Vic said that was
really?
$1,500 is going to first place. But you will get that. That's when on the week 13 champs week is the finals match. You'd be winning that. So
okay.
Third place gets their buy-in back. Second place gets, I think it was 30% Vic said, and then the rest 25%, and the rest goes to the winning team.
With that, we said that's the $1,500 prize. All the RFA buyouts and all that stuff that you guys owners stuff we purchased of the year will help boost that prize pool, and all that money will be reallocated back into the prize pool through the season. So
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that too. So there's if you guys remember from last season, all the FA buyouts and stuff. Last season, man, I'll tell you, we had over $300 in RFA buyouts. And people just switching teams. So if that continues this season, then all of that goes to the prize pool as well. So it can be up to $2,000. It can be up to $1,800. Obviously the winning team will get the largest portion of it. The second place team will get a percentage cut of it, and a third place team gets their buy-in back just for your participation prize. But yeah.
So basically, what he's saying is just you have your players leave and rejoin consistently to buy in and buy back your prize players.
Yeah, man. If you guys want to boost the freaking prize pool, yeah, go for it. No, don't do that.
So yeah, we're excited. We have I think this format is going to. I think last year a lot of the problems with the format is you had the top 3-4 teams consistently were making it further, and they were consistently getting more coverage. If we want to give everyone equal coverage through the league, we want all 16 teams to thrive. This way, everyone will have games every week. There's not an issue where I played one game this week and then I am not playing for 3 weeks. So you guys are paying in for a buy-in spot. We want you guys to make sure you guys are getting your money's worth. Make sure you guys are getting your games in. So
when do we receive the graphic of our group?
I posted it in the K7 announcements, so all you guys should have access to it now. It should be a link to a Google Drive.
I'm in the wrong Discord.
That might help.
I just went in the chat area and tagged the chat.
See, no, the schedules there. I meant when you said graphic, I meant picture.
Oh, the actual GIF.
It'll be made over the weekend, or from tomorrow till Tuesday.
All right, sounds good.
Yes, sir. We'll tag everybody. We'll tag all the teams and stuff. That's what.
Oh wait, hey, will the homie J Fish be casting any of the games this year?
The homie J Fish, Space Fish?
Yeah, Space Fish. Yeah.
Well, I have a bounty out over his name. If you guys know where he is, I haven't seen him since the last weekend of season 2.
I'll
Yeah,
get
but
a hold
AWOL.
of him. I'll get a hold of him.
Apparently Sparky knows where he is. That's a little mysterious.
Carrie, is Carrie here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh yeah. So to answer your question with the buy-in stuff, I'm not sure if you answered, but like we have signups will go through the challenge at like website, and you will use your buy-in through challenge, and then that money will just get redirected.
Okay, so I can't pay the $15 right now.
No. So once we release the signups, you'll be able to just sign up as you deem, like as soon as you can, as soon as the signups go live. So.
Wait, we're doing this through that challenge?
No,
This is
no.
all
Qualifiers.
No, this
That's
is
just
qualifiers.
the
okay,
qualifiers.
okay.
That's just the qualifiers.
No, for the buy-ins for the league, I'll request it from all of you guys that filled out the form. You guys gave me the email for your team. So that way I request it as friends and family, so you guys don't send it to me and then like they take out their dinky fee. Anyway.
That's a fee for me anyway because I'm abroad.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It sucks.
Freaking taxation, bro. Dump your tea in the harbor. I'll dump your tea in the harbor, bro.
Yeah, I got taxed $1 the other day when I was putting my team in another league.
Wow. $1? Damn.
Yeah, full $1.
You got to report to the IRS, dude. You better report that to the IRS.
Probably.
I'll give you the
Awesome.
1040 form.
So, is there any other questions, any comments, any concerns you guys have with the format, and you guys want like to see through the season? Now is that time to express those things. We can have an open forum discussion. All right. Good talk.
Does Heartbreakers have a Twitter?
Alrighty, that was November 2nd. Watching.